I saw Dumb Money this week. If you don't know what Dumb Money is, do you remember a company called GameStop? I don't know if it exists anymore, but it did at least 2 years ago when some retail traders at Wall Street Bets, which is a pretty wild Reddit community, they'd figured out, oh, there is a short going on GameStop. And if we all buy and hold, we can drive up the price and squeeze them out. And it led to quite a lot of memes. Stonks became a word said in the New York Times for the first time ever. And this is the movie about that. Trans Girl Jade says there's still some GameStops around here in SoCal. Yeah, I have no idea how they're running. But this movie, it's a fictionalized account of how that happened, focused primarily on the guy who basically started it. Roaring Kitty, also known as Deep Fucking Value, also known as, I forget his real name. He's the main character, played by Paul Dano. I quite like Paul Dano as an actor. He's not usually a leading man. He played Riddler in The Batman. I think he was... He played like a villain in the movie Prisoners, I think. You know, creepy guy. He usually plays pretty creepy guys, but here it's actually interesting because he actually, I think, is less attractive than the real Roaring Kitty, because they show the real Roaring Kitty at the end of the movie, and I was just like, oh, he actually looks better than Paul Dano. But Paul Dano has that kind of, nerdy, bookish look to him that I think works well for a guy who is posting his balance sheet spreadsheets to Wall Street Bets. This is a very fictionalized account of the movie. It's got a lot of comedians and celebrities in it for pretty minor parts. Vincent D'Onofrio plays Steve Cohen for about 5 minutes. Nick Offerman plays another billionaire who's in the movie for about 2 minutes. A bunch of people are in there for little bit parts. One thing that kind of bugs me about this movie is that we don't really see the kind of person that was a regular poster on Wall Street Bets. What they do is they create 3 fictional people, actually 4 fictional people, but like 3 different groups of people that they're following as like people who are following Roaring Kitty and buying into the stock and holding, and all of these people are POC and or queer. And well, certainly there were people in those communities who were buying and holding the stock as the thing got on. We don't really see any of the kind of, racist, misogynistic basement dwellers that really frequent Wall Street Bets. Or, Wall Street Bets also just kind of has like a lot of general stockbroker type dudes in there too. But we don't see any of those people. It's basically treated as a, it's an us versus them, and so they want to, go to the everyman. So you have a bunch of POC and queer people who are buying into this stock to really stick it to the man. But that's not really reflective of what Wall Street Bets was. Wall Street Bets is a pretty racist, anti-Semitic place, I'm pretty sure. And there's like a brief mention of Wall Street Bets getting temporarily banned on Reddit during the movie. But they make passive reference to, the shit that they're saying. But the most that we get of the culture of Wall Street Bets is we see some of the memes that came from it. And as far as certain details of the movie, there is something that I noticed as a streamer myself, because he was streaming as well as posting to Wall Street Bets. And when he's streaming, we actually see his whole streaming setup. We even see his YouTube streaming webpage, which I'm actually going to go ahead and show you mine. Give me a second here, because I need to elucidate what I'm talking about. So he starts the stream, and over here, as soon as he starts stream, and this is right at the start of it, this is before anyone's buying in, where I have 20 viewers, he starts streaming, he has 800 viewers. And then he's got 5 people in chat. There's 5 messages in chat for 800 people. And then there's a moment where he realizes he's on not babysitting duty, he's on daughter duty because he's got a baby kid, and so he has to get up from his stream to go get his daughter and bring her downstairs. And he gets up and goes down, and this line that you see here, you see this little dip here, this dip happened pretty much after I stopped the woo thing. That dip happens anytime a streamer gets up to go to the bathroom, even if it's 30 seconds. People tune out as soon as there's any kind of lull. And for him, the line just went up. And this is a very minor thing, but I was just like, Okay, well, they got the YouTube backend looking correct. They obviously set it up because, you know, it's fairly easy to get that. You just take a screenshot of it. You know, you can just do a stream. You know what they look like. But whoever was in the graphics design department did not know that when you get up to go get your daughter and you're off screen for a couple minutes, you're going to lose some viewers. This is very nitpicky, but I like to get nitpicky on movies and sometimes. But my big issue with this movie, now I will say it's a very funny movie, and it, you know, has a big, like, yeah, fuck you, Wall Street kind of vibe to it. I think you will enjoy it if you watch it and treat it as a work of fiction. But as a biopic, as a docudrama, it falls very short because it ends on a hope spot of all of these people made a bunch of money off of Wall Street, when the reality is that the majority of people who were buying in for the short squeeze bought at the height of GameStop's stock and lost most of their savings. And it really doesn't portray that. One of the characters, the side characters that we follow who is buying in, she never sold her stocks. And like as we meet these characters, there's a little on-screen text that says their name and it says their current net worth. And that their net worth is always like negative, right? Because everyone's got debt. Like there's a couple of college students who are dating, and their net worth is like minus 6 digits. And I think her net worth is like minus 5 digits. And by the end of the movie, her net worth is still minus 5 digits, because she never sold. Whereas everybody else sold at some point, and they were able to clear their debts. But that's not that isn't how that wound up for most people. Now, it talks about how this short squeeze changed the game for Wall Street, because now Wall Street does look into what retail traders like Wall Street Bets are doing, but that's not really accurate either, because that's to imply that Wall Street was not paying attention to the short squeeze. Because the people who actually made the most money off of the short squeeze were hedge funds. There were hedge funds that made hundreds of millions of dollars off this short squeeze. And for the movie to portray it as just the little guy, well, it makes for a better story. It's not a true story. So if you're going into this for an accurate telling of the events, you are going to be misled. But if you're looking for a fun, fuck the man kind of a story with some silly performances by some pretty decent actors, I think you will enjoy it. I think you'll have a good time. I actually kind of stopped taking notes halfway through the movie because I was kind of just enjoying the ride. Transgirl Jade says, does Hollywood ever produce an actual true story? No, because actual true stories are full of boring details that they want to cut out. I think artistic license to tell a story is fine, but I don't think you should be outright deceiving people about what happened and what went down. Anyway, it's a fun movie though. Go see it, but go see it in the same way that you would go see Hamilton. Hamilton is a fantastic musical that is completely ahistorical and whitewashes a bunch of slavers while casting them as black people to try and, you know, further whitewash them. But as a work of fiction, Hamilton is a fantastic musical that I would highly recommend to people. Some of the best lyricism in the game. So likewise, Dumb Money, not historically accurate, but a lot of fun. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm trying to get my channel monetized, so your view means a lot. Don't forget to toss me a like and subscribe and ring the bell. I stream every Monday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, so catch me live and join in on the convo. You can find all my socials in the description below, and thank you to all my patrons, with a very special shout out to my Whale Shark tier patron Ryan D and my Anemone Friend tier patron Piftle Cakes. Your support means the world. Catch you next time.